Hey, good evening, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Tiger Talk. We're here live at Melvyn's Restaurant on Oliver Road in Monroe. I'm your host, Stewart Shelby, and joined, as always, by Neville head football coach Mike Collins. Coach,
Well,
we've made it to week 4 here.
Yeah.
The Tigers take a road trip. And before we get into that, I forgot to mention that our first quarter here on the Tiger Talk is brought to you by our good friends there at H. Michael Sports, right down the road on Forsyth Avenue.
Absolutely.
All the Tiger apparel and everything else, the team shirts, anything you need. Go by, see Holly and Eric and Bougie and the gang, and they will get you taken care of. Okay, Coach, first road trip of the year, true road trip of the year, and it was a good one. I mean, we go down, a good one, meaning we traveled a long way.
Yeah, we traveled a long way.
We went down to Hattiesburg.
It was a long trip. That's what it was.
For the first time we've ever played down there, Oak Grove, Mississippi. Nice facility, nice school. I mean, it was I know the hospitality down there was good to us.
It was.
And as we get down there, a football team that kind of stumbled out of the gate but started to find their way and they kind of ran into a tough one for the Tigers.
We did, and they've got a good football team, do a good job, always have. Said that before we ever went down there and played, and I think the thing that you realize when you get there is they do play good football in Mississippi, and they're a lot like us. They were bigger than us, but I mean they're a lot like us. They play with a lot of team speed, and it comes down to execution, and they executed better than we did, and so therefore they were able to win the ball game. So what we had to do was come back home and clean up some stuff.
Yeah.
And we needed to do it, for a lot of reasons. We had too many mental errors in the ball game, so we had to think about what we're doing, how we're doing it, and making sure that our players understand what we're trying to get done. And I think that's a big thing, and then them executing it. And that's why we practice like we practice, and we practice the things that we do practice so that we can execute in the ball game. And sometimes, you got to reevaluate what you are doing and how you're coaching it and how we're doing it. And so that's what we've taken a good hard look at. And, sometimes it takes a good football team and a loss to help you figure those things out. And, we'll find out a lot more about our football team this week. We obviously get some players back that didn't play in the ball game. And, I think it'll make a big difference in our team. It'll be about as healthy, I think, as we've been probably since
maybe the
before
spring.
we even played the Jamboree.
Yeah.
So I think all those things and hopefully those things help us be able to execute better on both sides of football.
Coach, a lot of people looked at that final score of the game, didn't realize how close of a ball game that was. It was well played. It kind of got away from you there at the end, but I think we were 6.5, 7 minutes to go in the football game. It was still a 12-7 ball game. Everybody's in it, and it's just a couple of bounces went against the Tigers.
That's right.
And it allowed them to get some quick scores, and then it extended there at the end.
Yeah, it's they're in 4-minute offense mode, and we take a chance and trying to get off the field and get our offense the ball back, which is what we had to do. And they popped one on us, and then, we fumble one, and they return it back for a touchdown. They intercept a pass and run it back down there to the, down the 3 or 4 or 5 yard line, somewhere in there. And so anyway, hey, man, it is what it is. And, so –
Chalk it up.
It's a loss.
It's a
period.
loss.
I don't care how you look at
Yeah.
it. We got beat, and we'll have to rebound from it. And I think our players showed a lot of character this week, and we had 3 good days of practice, really 4 if you want to count Sunday afternoon. Had a good film session and a good workout, and then some special teams drills that we always like to do, and then we had some team correction stuff that we do on Sunday, and so then we practice Monday, Tuesday, and today we went in the gym because of because of the rain and how much rain we had, and trying to make sure that we could get everything done that we needed to get done, and our players did a really good job, I think, and so we'll see.
It was really a kind of we call it a back and forth contest, but it was a defensive contest.
It was.
For most of that first half. One of the things that we pointed out on the broadcast, really the time of possession was at paramount there for you in the first half.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as they kept the ball a lot on that first half, but didn't have many points on the board until right there at the end of the first half. But I really thought overall defensively the defense shined for you.
We did. We played really well. Yeah. We gave up a couple of plays, that, man, again, on a couple of mental errors and things that we had practiced and worked, and just that's, I guess, the disappointing thing about the score right before half really is the one that I'm talking about more than any of them, and that made it that took them from 6-0 to 12-0, and but for the most part in the ball game, we really did a good job defensively, and our kids played well, played hard. There's nothing wrong with the effort that our team gave in the game. I mean, we just kind of self-destructed, with penalties, get ourselves behind the chains. We make a good play, we get a penalty. Have a good return, we get a penalty. So, things that are very correctable, and things that we try to coach to keep those things from happening. So, again, like I said, you got to go back to the drawing board, and we did, and, tried to get those things corrected with our players.
Well, there was a few plays that stood out to us here, and we'll kind of go through them now here, right here. Let's start it, and there's a lot of defensive plays, and it starts early here. Nice fourth down stop for you.
This whole little series right here, this was a fourth down right here, and we flush him out of the pocket. He did a really good job, avoiding us for most of the night, and we do a good job right there, and our players are, we rush him into a bad throw, and so we're able to get a stop right here, which was a big stop for us right down here in the red area.
One of the players that had a big game for you, Cadyn Reed, and as he does every game it seems. But here's another couple of plays from
here. He
number
is right
7.
here on the point. They're trying to throw a little screen on us, and he just fights off the defender, does a good job, makes the tackle, and just shows that what kind of player he really is, and the strength level that he has, and his ability to be able to get off a block and go make a play.
Yeah, he stood him up, came off of there, and here's Jay Reed again with another nice play.
Yeah, he just takes the guy and sticks him back in the backfield right here, and again, it's just about the determination that he has and the understanding that he has right there. About what they're trying to do to him. I think that's a big part of it too, his understanding of what they're trying to do as well.
You pressured the quarterback. You said you couldn't get to him that often, but you put a lot of pressure on him. And here's another deal. I think this is
this one right here is really one of the most frustrating ones right here. Jay has him dead to right, and then I don't know who he's throwing the ball to. I don't even know who's in. There's nobody in the vicinity. Let's put it like that.
That's right.
And the answer I got was there was a receiver there, and then I get, later on I get something else, and which we all. Yeah, Ray Charles can see that one.
That's right.
Put it like that.
That's right. And here's Jay Reed again. Looked like initially he was beat, but the way he closed on the football.
Well, here's the thing about it was they tried to sneak the back out of the backfield, and Jay recognized it, stayed at home, and again, they're down in the goal line area. It was a big play down there, and tried to sneak him out of the backfield on us, and he saw it and it went and made play on it. So, again, just shows his awareness of what's going on, what they're trying to do for us.
You talk about your corner play. I thought Greg Smith made a couple of nice stops for you here last week. Here's one of them on the highlight reel.
Yep. the thing about this is, they try to get the ball out there quick. Greg caps it off like he's supposed to, lets the guys come play inside out. We're blitzing Juju right here, and then the linebacker's coming, and then Max is also coming. So, again, just, we're down there in the goal line area. We had to have those plays. I think that was even third or fourth down again right there. So, forced a field goal there. And
I think they missed that field goal.
Yeah, maybe they missed that one.
Exactly.
Yeah, that might have been the one they missed, And so, again, defensively we came up strong right there and got them stopped when we needed to get them stopped.
Another good defensive play here. You got nice pressure and then good coverage on the back end. And you see it's still nothing.
Well, they had a little pick on us right there. And, we just had enough pressure on the guy to make him make a bad throw the ball behind the receiver.
Yeah.
But again, this is something that you got to coach off of right here. Max is getting too nosy in there. He should have just been standing on the goal line and letting it happen. And he kind of almost picked two guys. Max did. So again, Coach Wise pointed that out to him, and I'm sure that
it's getting corrected.
We got it corrected. But again, it's just something you need to see. It's something people are going to try to do to us, and we got to be able to. Get on different levels and be able to play through those things.
A few little offensive plays after a kind of a sluggish start. You get a nice little throw and catch here to Zalen in the seam.
Yep. Trying to utilize him in a lot of different little ways right there because, he is very effective for us. He's done a really good job. He understands all the receiver positions and tight end, and just trying to get him the ball there. A little switch up route. We switched this route up. We ran it a little different than we've been running it with different people in different places, and we were able to get him free. We actually had him there a couple more times during the course of the ball game.
Right there towards the end, that linebacker
he
got up and just made a tip play that
he did
prevented a big. That would have been a big one.
Another big play. Yeah.
That's right. And here's Desi Bird. We keep calling his name a little bit, and he got a few catches here.
Desi, he catches that in traffic right there, and it was a big play for us. It was a fourth down, and we had to have the yardage, and it was late in the game, and he does a really good job here. Like I said, he's all in between defenders and everything else. So, nice play on his part.
Working it down the sideline, the opposite sideline again. He has a nice catch on right in front of y'all's bench.
Yeah,
right here, and I think this is the next highlight that we have.
Yeah, this is Zealand.
Is this Zalen?
Throwback? I think so. Let me see. Yeah, this is.
It is Zalen.
Yeah, we kind of little trick them there. You go. We fake the tunnel screen and throw it to the guy that normally is the blocker, and so he goes and stalks the guy like he's going to block him, and then he goes, and so little jailbreak go there. So we're in.
And then
big play for us there.
The touchdown comes Jarvis Blackston.
Yeah. Here it is.
Punches it in from about 4 yards out.
And there we are. It's 12-7 right now.
Yeah, 8:31 to go.
Yeah.
In the third.
In the third, and then that stayed like that until 6 minutes to go, 6:50 or something like that.
Somewhere right around in there.
Somewhere in that neighborhood, and hey, it is what it is, and like I said, we've got to learn from it, and you learn a lot from your losses. You learn more from your losses than you do from your wins, and it makes you evaluate what you're doing, how you're doing it, and
when you go on the road, some of that you get your first. It's a long road trip.
Yeah,
and we've got a couple of. You got another one.
Coming up this week.
Coming up this week. But coming off a game like that, we had a lightning delay. Yeah. You had a lot of things going on in that game. The first long road trip of the year. After the game, what are you telling the guys after that?
I told them just like I'm telling everybody right now. I said, sometimes a loss isn't bad. The thing that you can get from a loss, you can either look at it one of two ways. You can either tuck your tail and run scared from it, or you can figure out what you did wrong. We can figure out what we did as a team wrong. We can figure out what we did as coaches, what we could have done better as coaches to maybe prepare our team, what we could have done better as a team to have ourselves mentally and physically ready to go play in the ball game. So I think those are the important things that, you take out of it. And, for our football team, I think we handled it well. I mean, nobody likes to lose.
Yeah.
I hope they don't.
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of like I tell them, I hate losing more than I like winning.
Yeah.
And just if you have any kind of competitiveness to you, any kind of competitive spirit, you're going to come back there and you're going to be like that guy that's backed up in the corner. You're either going to come out fighting or you're going to sit back in the corner and get your tail whipped. So, that's the challenge to our football team. And I think we'll see the results Friday night.
Yeah. Well, we're going to talk about that game versus St. Thomas More coming up later on in the program, so I hope you stay with us for that. Coming up in the next segment, we're going to bring some of those Tiger football players with us. We've got 4 seniors that we'll introduce to you next when we return here on Tiger Talk. Thanks for watching. We'll be right back.
At St. Francis Health, we're focused on serving you with a dedication to excellence, innovation, clinical expertise, and respect for who you are as a person. As we turn our attention to the future, our commitment to Northeast Louisiana is at the center of how we move St. Francis forward. Our highly skilled team has one thing in mind: excellence in healthcare. It is our honor and our mission to serve you and this community. St. Francis, official healthcare partner of the Neville Tigers.
All right, Mr. Mayor, we are done.
Thank you, Doc.
Yes, sir. Miss Gwen's gonna get you all seated and ready to roll. Nothing to eat or drink for 3 to 4 hours.
Come on, Doc. I was hoping to get myself some po' boys and tamales.
No, Mr. Mayor, you can't do that. But if you could, where would you go?
We gotta go see Chris Lewis at Coney Island Connection.
Stop by Coney Island Connection, where you get more than just a chili cheeseburger and a chili cheese dog. I guarantee you won't be disappointed. Right here at Coney Island Connection.
At Origin Bank, we understand the importance of community. That's why we're committed to the Northeast Louisiana Food Bank, providing meals to 25,000 of our neighbors across 12 parishes. Through their efforts, they provide about 6 million meals a year to those facing hunger in our area. Visit foodbanknela.org to learn more, sign up to volunteer, or donate to support their mission. Thanks so much to the Nela Food Bank for your community efforts and for partnering with us at Origin Bank.
We're running the winning play at Sparks Nissan Kia. Whether you're recruiting a car, truck, or SUV, our lineup is stacked with all-stars ready to take the field. We're talking championship deals, low down payments, and monthly payments that won't sideline your budget. Ready to make a trade? We'll give you top dollar. That's a win in any playbook. Sparks Nissan Kia, where every drive is a touchdown. We're wishing our Neville Tigers the best of luck this season. Go Tigers!
I'm Dr. Scott Shelby with Family Solutions. When you hear the words Family Solutions, you may not know that we're a comprehensive, strength-based counseling and psychiatric clinic. Family Solutions provides psychiatric care, individual and couples therapy, child and adolescent counseling, psychological testing, medication management. We also provide occupational therapy, physical therapy, speech therapy, and ABA therapy in one convenient location. For more information on how we can help your family today, visit FamilySolutionsCounseling.org.
Around here, family is more than just a last name. It's who you show up for. For generations, the Compton family and Architects Windows and Doors has stood by this community with honesty, hard work, and a handshake you can trust. Because every window we design, every door we assemble, isn't just about your house. It's about your home. Family owned, community rooted, Architects Windows and Doors, a family business built for your family.
Hey, it's Misty Hodge with the Hodge Baruki Group, coming live to you from Bill Ruppel Stadium. In real estate, just like in football, you need a winning game plan.
And at the Hodge Baruki Group, we call the plays that get you to the goal line. Buying, selling, or dreaming, let me help you score your home this season. Go Tigers!
It's about tradition, value, and community. We're Creed and Creed, and we're proud to call Northeast Louisiana home. Catherine and I raised our family here, we worship here, and we serve here. It's an honor to support the community that has given us so much. Tradition, value, and community. That's Creed and Creed. If you've been injured in an accident, call Creed and Creed today. Proudly serving this great community for over 25 years.
All right, welcome back, everybody, as we come into segment 2 here on Tiger Talk. And you can see we've got a couple of Tiger football players with us. But before we get to them, we got to remind you that the second quarter here on Tiger Talk is brought to you by our good friends at the Carpenter Health Network at St. Joseph Hospice, Stat Home Health, as they provide compassionate, reliable in-home health services tailored to your needs. All right, guys, we got that out of the way. Let's introduce yourselves to everybody. Tell everybody your name, position, all right?
My name is Cadyn Rodgers, and I'm a corner.
Donta Matthews, senior linebacker, number 40.
Lawson Ratcliff, senior linebacker, number 41.
Joshua Perkins, running back, 25.
All right, so all seniors here, and how about a nice little welcome for these guys here from the crowd here at Melvin's Restaurant. Okay, well, as we go through here, let's see. Cadyn is going to start with you. Let's talk about your senior year, what you've done to prepare yourself here, what you're kind of getting ready for, maybe goals for this season.
Really been working on getting my schoolwork done, making sure I get ready for college, eventually pursuing in a career. Not sure yet, though.
Not sure yet, though? You got any ideas of where you want to go to college?
I want to go to ULM.
To ULM? That's not a bad choice. Got a degree from there. I got a degree from there. All right, let's see. Donta, look, linebacker for the Tigers, and coming through these last couple of years, talk about what it means to you this year being your final year at Neville.
Well, I honestly just think it means that, I got to make this year everything. Like, just got to put everything into it, just give it a all and just make my last year worthwhile.
Overall, all right, well, Lawson, same question, man. I mean, what are you looking forward to most here in this final season in the black and gold?
Really getting to spend time with my teammates from one last year and hanging a banner.
Hanging a banner? Yeah, that's a lofty goal, but it's the goal every year. All right, Josh, well, same question to you, man. I mean, what did you look forward to most here this senior year, goals that you had for yourself?
Just to continue to buy in and support my teammates and just enjoy spending time with them.
Enjoy spending time with the team. All right, I mean, this is a pivotal year for you. You got a lot of stuff going on the field and off the field, right? Maybe talk about what y'all go through, like your preparation coming in here. What have you done over the past few years to get yourself to this point?
Really just being on point, staying on top of my stuff, staying on top of being dedicated to what I do. Really what it is.
All right. They playing at linebacker position. I mean, there's been a lot of great linebackers coming through Neville High School, especially over the past few years. Is there anybody that you've maybe modeled your game after, whether at Neville or anywhere else?
I kind of think I'm my own person, but I do think that it's like kind of an honor to be in the middle of the defense and having everybody trust you to, kind of lead them and, guide them to where they need to be. And preparation-wise, I feel like me and my team, like, we do a lot of things to prepare. Coach Collins does a lot of things. These coaches, they stay up at the school for hours and hours, missing time out with their family just so they can pour into us, and I appreciate them for that.
Lawson, you look like you got something up your sleeve. I can see it. Every time I see you, you got something to say. But let's talk about maybe some, not only yourself but everybody else that, some of the other linebackers that you guys are playing with.
Wait, what?
Some of the other linebacker, your teammates in the linebacker corps.
Oh, well, I feel like we got a really good linebacker corps this year. Everybody's definitely bought in. I mean, we got some nice-sized guys. Shout out all the linebackers. We work hard every day. We do our best to stay physical. And Coach Lawrence, he really does a really good job of making sure we the best we could be. He sits down with us. We make sure we have a amount of mental days. And I feel like this year we really more prepared for more than ever that we've ever been as a linebacker unit. And we come.
And you coming. Well, I mean, yeah, you got to prepare for them, and people got to prepare for you. All right. You know, Josh, I'm going to get out of the way so everybody can see you. Nobody likes looking at me, I guarantee you. But, you know, as you look through there, what have you done to prepare yourself for this year?
Just focused on building my body and just listening and paying attention this year.
And, you know, the rest of, you know, the running back that you got back there, I mean, there's a talented group back there, and talk a little bit about them and your coaches and everything else.
Coach E just helps us and just points out, you know, what we could do better and just teach us to stay patient and just find the hole and hit it. And the rest of the running backs, like, everybody can play. Everybody can play.
Everybody can play. You're right. You're right. So there's a lot of talent in the offensive backfield. Okay. All right. So as we get back here, let's see. Cadyn, it's kind of like the lightning round I told y'all about. Y'all ready for this? All right. If you could, cost wouldn't factor anything else. Any vehicle or any kind of car, like what would be your dream vehicle?
Oh, my dream vehicle is a all black, blackout F-250. 16 to be exact.
A 2016 blacked out F-250? How tall are you gonna make that thing?
I want to sit on 32s. I gotta put an imp in the back. I gotta have it amped out. Gotta have it based out. It's gonna be live.
Diesel or gas?
Diesel.
There you go. Get it loaded. What you got to haul some stuff back there? All right. Donta. All right, same question.
I would say my dream car is like any kind of Escalades. I just love Cadillacs in general, so you know I'm a real big fan of Cadillac collection. So probably any type of Cadillac.
A big Escalade right there. Nice vehicles. I know a lot of people take those. All right, Lawson. What about you?
My dream vehicle is definitely a Dodge Dually. It don't matter what year. For some reason, I've been, like, that's always been my favorite thing growing up was a Dodge Dually because my uncle had one, so that's really what my dream vehicle is, a fully loaded out Dodge Dually.
One of those big horns right there. I got you. You could probably get one of those. You know, they make I saw one going the other day that had the whole bighorn edition that was lit up like on the grill.
I'm getting a 6-inch lift too.
6-inch lift on a dually. That'd be something right there. All right. All right. How about you, Joe?
I'll take a GMC truck, any type of GMC truck.
Any type of GMC truck. All right. And what I'd like to point out is that everybody, you know, we have a 2016 Ford F-250, and we had an Escalade. Right, no, that was Escalade here, and you had the Dodge, and then any type of GMC truck. I'd like to point out that that's the most humble and honest truck type of answer that I've ever gotten when I've asked that question right there. I mean, you know, you could at least go, I was hoping, I mean, you could go on 2025, you know, or something like that, but 2020, you like that body style. 2016, hey, I like it, man. I'm with you. Okay, final question. Plans for after high school? Anything that you got on your horizon or what you're looking forward to once you graduate?
I plan to go to real estate school and just try to pursue a career doing that.
In real estate, right there. Is it not a bad career? A lot of people doing that. How about you, Lawson?
I probably play a little college ball, but after that, I'm gonna do construction management.
Construction management? Well, not a bad career right there. All right, you, Donta.
Hopefully, same. Hopefully, I get a chance to play college ball, and I actually am majoring in the same thing that Lawson majoring in. So yeah.
If y'all need something. My son's in his third year at construction management there at ULM. It's a heck of a deal. We can definitely talk to you about that. And you said you was ready to go to college and do your career. Do you got anything else out there? Do you want me to ask you another question?
Or really, it's like I either want to be kinesiology or for risk management and insurance. So it's either out of the two for my majors at ULM.
the good thing is that when you're young, there's plenty of opportunity for all four of y'all that y'all can do whatever the heck you want. But right now, we got business to take care of, not only in the classroom but on the field. And we look forward to seeing all you guys do your best here for the rest of the season. And good luck the rest of the way. All right, another round of applause for these young men. As we move on, when we come back, we will talk to Neville. Neville defensive coordinator Reagan Wise. When we return here on Tiger Talk, we're live from Melvin's as we are every Wednesday and also on the Neville Tiger Network and Sunday 98.3. We'll be right back. When hunger hits, head to Sonic Drive-In on North 18th Street in Monroe. Whether it's burgers hot off the grill, crispy tots, or a classic cherry limeade, Sonic has the flavor you love. Fast, fresh, and made just the way you like it. And Sonic is proud to continue their support of Neville High School, standing behind our Tigers both on and off the field. So swing by Sonic on North 18th Street today, where great food and community spirit come together.
Sleepy Hollow Furniture and the Falk family proudly support our Neville Tigers. Just like the wide variety of athletics and academics Neville excels in, Sleepy Hollow offers your premium mattresses and adjustable bases, every kind of home furniture, and just in time for your favorite season, quality in-stock patio furniture ready for the big game. Come shop your Neville Tiger family at Sleepy Hollow Furniture.
Growing up in Northeast Louisiana, I was raised on neighbors helping neighbors, the spirit of entrepreneurship and good food, something we know a lot about at Coney Island Connection. We've turned those values into our mission. We believe giving back with a lot of food and lots of love has the power of bringing people together. We're more than a restaurant, we're family, and with your support, we're changing lives one meal at a time. Thank you for helping us to become known as a small business with a big heart.
At the Tarver Braddock Foundation, we're focusing on showing people that every act of kindness fuels a movement to touch lives in unexpected, meaningful ways. Your gift allows the Tarver Braddock Foundation to continue turning loss into love, one act at a time.
Thanks to our generous donors, we're able to honor Tarver's spirit by meeting needs wherever they appear through random acts of kindness. To learn more about our mission and consider giving, visit TarverBraddockFoundation.com.
Imagine having a beautiful smile that carries you through all stages of life, and that beautiful smile begins at Caples and Robinson Orthodontics. To further enhance our patient experience and care, Dr. Caples and Dr. Robinson welcomed Dr. Cammie Laird as a new member of the Caples and Robinson practice. And with over 56 years of combined practice, we are the most experienced orthodontic group in Northeast Louisiana. We use the latest advancements in orthodontic technology, including the Damon Ultima system for braces and Spark aligners that are customized to fit your life, not the other way around. Our doctors and staff will make sure you have the best experience possible on your journey to a straighter smile. That includes faster and more comfortable treatment that will give you a smile you'll be proud to wear. Ready to get started? Contact Caples and Robinson Orthodontics today at 318-325-9655 and take the first step towards a confident smile.
I called Cadyn Creed because I knew that I'll be taken care of. You know, I don't have to get on the phone and call the insurance companies and be like, what do I need to do? What do I need to send? Cadyn Creed takes care of everything, everything. Once I got the call from Cadyn Creed, and this is how much your settlement is going to be, I'm sure you're going to be pretty happy with that, right? And I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. Did you just say that? And I was like, say it again. Y'all better get on that phone and call Christian Creed.
Looking for a great meal right here in Monroe? Stop by Subway and Mama DeLuca's Pizza on the corner of Tower and Lammy Lane. Whether you're craving a fresh, made-to-order sub or a hot, cheesy pizza, they've got you covered. And while you're enjoying your favorite meal, know that Subway and Mama DeLuca's are proud to continue their support of Neville High School athletics. Great food, great people, and a great tradition of giving back. That's Subway and Mama DeLuca's Pizza, fueling our community and our Neville Tigers. All right, welcome back. We're live at Melvin's as we are every Wednesday night here on Tiger Talk. And before we get this third segment started, we'd like to thank our good friend Jeff Guerrero and over there at Warrior Media. It's our deal with at Sunday 98.3, where you can listen to our broadcast every year. But we're always happy to partner with them. They're Monroe's newest radio group. Sunday 98.3, the new 103 Rocks, the return of Magic 106.1, the soul of the city. Okay, well, we swapped some players for another one of the Tiger coaches. It's Reagan Wise in his second year as the Tigers defensive coordinator. Reagan, always good to have you here on Tiger Talk.
Well, I appreciate you having me. It's always a good time.
And you brought some people with you here tonight.
I did. I brought my wife, Kate Wise, and my son, Christian Luke, and I have a new, about 17-month-old little girl that is with my mom and dad right now eating some Mexican food. So she didn't make the trip.
She didn't make the trip? Well, Kate Luke did a good job on his chicken strips back there.
He did.
He ate them. He ate them all. I think he might have got a cookie out of the deal. So that's always good. All right, Reagan. Well, you're two as DC. Talk about, is there any difference between that first year and the second year, or does it just keep ramping up?
Well, I think as a second-year defensive coordinator, I'm more comfortable with, all the little details, everything that has to go into it, as far as game planning, practice organization, practice structure. But I think as long as you're a coach, you're always learning. So I don't think I'll, ever get to a point where I think I know everything or I won't learn something new. So I'm always picking Coach Collins' brain. I'm always in his office, and, that's never going to change. Obviously, that's a valuable asset to me as well as our other coaches. So I think there's always something that you can learn. Like you said earlier, you have two choices in a loss. We took one this past week, and you can sulk in it or you can get back up, and, the sun rose the next day, and we got back to work and made the corrections. So always learning. Always learning.
And, the defensive side of the football always been an important one at Neville. Let's talk a little bit about some of maybe the new faces that you have this year on that defensive side of the football.
Well, you had one that was up here earlier, Donta Matthews, who played sparingly last year, and he's taken on that starter role, and he's done a great job. The more experience that he's gotten, the better he's gotten each week. And we've always had Juju and Jay Reed, and the free safety is Max Carter, who's a senior, who played a little bit for us last year when Juju got hurt in certain situations and packages, but he's been our starting free this year. So he's a guy that we lean on that has a little experience, but he's also another guy that has just gotten better every week so far.
Well, it's been kind of crazy for you, at least these first 3 weeks. I mean, you've went up against three of probably some of the top quarterbacks in the country, prolific offenses. Wherever you go, and they all create similar but different challenges to your defense. Offenses weren't, completely cookie cutter right there. I know, talk about what goes through your mind when you look over and you see Pop Houston, and then, Calvary with their passing attack. And then last week you had college quarterbacks and college-level athletes going against you. And I know we've got the same thing matching up, but talk about schematically the work that you and your other coaching staff with you put in to set up a game plan for teams like this.
Well, first off, I want to say that, my job's easy because of the coaching staff that we have. Coach Lawrence coaches our linebackers, Coach Campbell coaches our corners. I'm working with the safeties, but I also have Coach Daniel Vanderberg, and Coach Jaden Cole works with the corners as well. Coach Wallace is with our D-line. Coach Dozier helps with Coach Wallace on the defensive line, and Coach Reed helps Coach Lawrence with the linebackers. So I'm blessed with great coaches. They make it easy for me, but when you see a great athlete at quarterback, now you got to, really think about how you're going to, play him, because the +1 in the run game makes it a lot more difficult when you have to account for the quarterback, when they can gain guys on you as far as number-wise, running it to the strong side or the weak side. So you have to worry about that, obviously. And then how are you going to pass rush him? You got to keep him in the pocket. You don't want him to get out of that pocket because that's where his magic happens. Really talking about Peyton right there, and also the quarterback we played last week at Oak Grove was a great athlete and runner. But, for example, we went to Evangel. We always wanted to make him roll to his left, So, depending on what blitz we were bringing and who was to the field or who was to the boundary is how we called it. And the kids did a great job. It's not easy. As you know, he just committed to LSU. But anytime you have a quarterback that's an athlete, it makes it that much more difficult. So you really got to figure those two things out. How are you going to take care of him in the run, and then how are you going to keep him contained, and not let him break that pocket.
And, on the defensive side of the ball, we mentioned it. I thought your defense has played tremendous going up against some stiff competition here in these first 3 weeks. But what do you tell your guys, that like after a game like last week, your message to your core group is what we talked about earlier. Obviously, get back up, get back. You got two choices, but is there anything specific that you're doing to coach them up to keep their heads up?
I think as a coaching staff, we're all going in one direction, and Coach Collins being the leader, his thing was after the game, hey, you got two choices, like I said earlier, and our job as assistants is to reiterate what he's saying. So that's what we talked to the defense about. Hey, you played hard. I never question your effort. You played 100%, and that's all we can ask. Now, we have to go and fix the things we messed up. So you had mental errors in the game, another big one on that long run to make it, 22-7 at the time.
Well, that long run. Oh, you're talking about
to really kind of put it away
half,
at the time. It was made it 22-7, and we had 4 or 5 missed tackles on the play. So things like that you have to coach up, but you don't have time to feel sorry for yourself. And the only option that we have as Neville Tigers is to get back up and go fix our mistakes and come out the next week and let's play some football.
Talk about, you've had to develop some guys at some positions this year, right? You talk about maybe the development of some of these new guys. You've got a converted quarterback at corner. You had an injury to Dylan there to start off. That was probably going to be one of your starting senior corners right there. And talk about, and I've seen the improvement game after game after game from those guys, but talk about maybe specifically what you've been doing to help those guys along, especially when you take a guy from offense and throw him into a pretty critical part of your defense.
Well, the good thing about Greg is, playing quarterback, he understands the game, kind of understands coverages a little bit. But when we got Greg, we knew he was athletic. We knew that he could help us. We knew we were going to have to get on that board with him, really work him through the defense, work him all summer, work drills with him, make sure he gets more comfortable in our defensive scheme because, a lot of people don't realize a defense, they get the call from me, and I'm going to wait as long as I possibly can to make sure we get in the best position we can. And they had to look at the formation, see what the set is. Is it a 3-by-1, a 2-by-2? Is there a tight end? Is there 2 tight ends? So we're asked them to do a lot of things. And at corner, they had to start looking at their divider and things like that to make sure they're playing it right. So getting those little small details and teaching Greg that part, it took a little while. But he's coming to his own. He's more comfortable with it. And like you said, he's been making some plays for us. So KJ Jones, or K. Jones, excuse me. We call him KJ. New transfer in. Was really an offensive player in his past school. Moved him to the defensive back position because, that was where we were needing him. And he's done a phenomenal job. He's a hard worker. He listens. He tries to understand. If he has questions, he's not scared to go and ask, I'm proud of those guys. The whole defense, it's never a question of if we're going to work hard or not. Those guys come to work every single day. And that's all you can ask for as a coach.
Yeah, and that's it. You coach the guys that you got and coach them up as hard as you can. All right, speaking of that, what's maybe you've been coaching how long at Neville? Since you got back from UAM?
Let's see. I think I came back in 2017.
Yeah, so we're coming on 8 years, being on that staff. So since you got done playing and started coaching, talk about maybe your favorite thing. Have you developed something that you enjoy the most as a coach, maybe at Neville or wherever else? What's your favorite part of being a high school football coach?
Well, first of all, just the pureness of it. Obviously, it's still their standards and their expectations, but it's not as businesslike as if you'd say like college or the NFL. And it really gets me going when we put something new in, or we might challenge the kids and they rise to the challenge.
Mm-hmm.
And when they really see that, like when I see that light bulb go off and they do what they're supposed to do, and they're excited, and everybody sees that, hey, when we do what we're supposed to do, this defense works great. And so seeing their light bulb go off and seeing that they're having success, that really gets me going.
Well, and that's something. I mean, at any level and any coach, when you working and working and working, and when you see that click, it does. Right. It's kind of like, I'm like, okay, here we go, and now we can move on to the next thing that we can install right there. Well, and look, we're about out of time here, but I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you about your father, Coach Wise. Right. Coach Wise, everybody knows he's over there at Riverfield doing deal, and he had a scare over the deal, but we were talking earlier, and he's doing good and improving every day. So definitely. Hey, to Coach Wise, he knows he's been. I've been around. I've known him since you were coming up.
Right. Right.
So, but just tell me how he's doing.
Well, obviously a lot of people know about his story.
Mm-hmm.
It really gave him a new take on life and understanding how short it is. And he's finally got his energy back. Like you said, he's the head football coach at Riverfield. They're 2-2 on the year. And I'm not sure he's worried about his health anymore. He's worried about his football team's health. So he's got a few starters out, and they got a few big games coming up. But he's excited. The Riverfield family, took him under the wing and just brought his energy back and gave him that purpose again to coach, because he wasn't done coaching, obviously, when he decided to retire from the public school. But seeing him with that energy and seeing him back doing what he loves to do, it just puts a smile on my face. And I know he's doing what he wants to do. And so I'm very happy Riverfield gave him that opportunity.
Well, I know there are a lot of prayers in this room that were going out to him, and not only to him but your family as well as y'all went through it. And I'm just so happy to see him back out there doing what he loves.
Absolutely.
And always happy to see you doing what you love.
Well, I appreciate it.
At Neville High School. Okay, everybody. Reagan Wise, everybody, as we wrap up the third segment. When we return, we're going to get Coach Collins back here. We're going to talk about our second road trip in as many weeks as we travel to take on the St. Thomas More Cougars. You're not going to want to miss that, so stay with us. We'll be right back.
At Jim Taylor Buick GMC, we bring our A-game every day, delivering a home run experience for you. Like the thrill of sinking the game-winning shot or finding just the right vehicle for you. Whatever drives you when you shop with Jim Taylor, we put you in the starting lineup. Visit us online at jimtaylorbuickgmc.com or in Monroe, where we are professional grade, and we never stop working for you.
Hi, I'm Chris Lewis, the proud owner of Coney Island Connection. For nearly 20 years now, we've served the Oklahomites with our fast, friendly service and our famous chili cheeseburgers and our famous chili cheese dogs. Well, the chili is homemade. I'm asking you to stop by today and give us a try. We also serve hot tamales, roast beef po' boy, fried pickles, and much more. We even serve funnel cake fries here at Coney Island Connection on the corner of North 7th and Arkansas Road.
A sandwich with soup. No, salad.
With Nuke's Pick 3, satisfy all your cravings. Sandwich salad soup, sandwich soup mac, sandwich, sandwich, sandwich. Such possibilities from $12.99.
Nuke's, extra with every bite.
Hi, I'm Chris Lewis. Here at Coney Island Connection, we believe in giving back and showing a lot of love. And it's all made possible because of you. Thank you for making Coney Island Connection a small business with a big heart.
At the Tarver Braddock Foundation, we're focusing on showing people that every act of kindness fuels a movement to touch lives in unexpected, meaningful ways. Your gift allows the Tarver Braddock Foundation to continue turning loss into love, one act at a time.
Thanks to our generous donors, we're able to honor Tarver's spirit by meeting needs wherever they appear through random acts of kindness. To learn more about our mission and consider giving, visit TarverBraddockFoundation.com.
At Marion State Bank, we're committed to the growth of our community, starting with education.
From elementary to high school and beyond, we invest in the growth of our students. Because strong roots begin with empowered minds. From local classrooms to high school athletics and supporting college dreams. Marion State Bank, rooted in education and local athletics. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
We're running the winning play at Sparks Nissan Kia. Whether you're recruiting a car, truck, or SUV, our lineup is stacked with all-stars ready to take the field. We're talking championship deals, low down payments, and monthly payments that won't sideline your budget. Ready to make a trade? We'll give you top dollar. That's a win in any playbook. Sparks Nissan Kia, where every drive is a touchdown. We're wishing our Neville Tigers the best of luck this season. Go Tigers!
Taco Bandito. I cook it and service it speedo at Taco Bandito.
Taco Bandito on Forsyth Avenue in Monroe and Warren Drive at Cypress Street in West Monroe.
For over 50 years, Cartown has been servicing Northeast Louisiana, and the Neville Tigers have been a huge part of our growth. And for that, Cartown Tires and Service would like to say, go Tigers!
Hi, I'm Christian Creed with Creed & Creed. Whether it's on the field or in the courtroom, you deserve a team that won't back down. So if you've been injured in an accident, make the right call to your local legal team at Creed & Creed and let us help you win today. Let's go Tigers, and remember, home field advantage matters. Call Creed & Creed today. Proudly serving our great community for over 30 years. We are your local injury attorneys.
All right, welcome back to our final segment here on Tiger Talk. We are live at Melvin's Restaurant. Come join us next Wednesday night, or in any Wednesday night during the football season there at 6:30. But this segment brought to you by our good friend Joey Trappy and his team over there at the Field House and Traps. Another institution here in Monroe like this place. But he's been supporting the Tigers. He helps out with the Tiger Bash and everything else, and we appreciate everything that he does for us. All right, Coach, backing up a road trip with another road trip as we go back down to St. Thomas More, another traditional power in the state of Louisiana. Coach Hightower's been there forever, 40, I think just right on the dot, 40 years.
40 years.
And a great atmosphere down there in Lafayette, big tailgate, a lot of stuff. Expecting, hopefully, a lot of Neville Tiger fans to make the trip down there.
You bet.
You can load up on your sausage, load up on your boudin. You can make the run.
Some of us are, I think.
And but other than that, you're going to have a good football game, and you run into another team similar to the team you came off of, is a team that had some losses, some close losses earlier in the season, but rebounded last week with the win over Acadiana. Their losses were to Carencro and then Catholic of Baton Rouge. Catholic is widely billed as one of the best teams in the state this year. And then Acadiana, they were in a war with Acadiana last week. But you know when you play St. Thomas More, they're going to be well-coached. They're going to
100%
play good defense. Talk about the challenges that the Cougars are going to face.
I think number one, what they do, they get about as much out of their players as anybody in America does, and they do a tremendous job of coaching. And it looks like they're doing coaching all the little details is what I see when I watch them play. They're very technique sound. Whether it's offensive line, defensive line, linebackers, safeties, receivers, they're very disciplined in their routes. The quarterback throws the ball on time. Very, very well coached football team. And, it does present another challenge for us because, they played some really good teams, much like Oak Grove had played last week before we played them. And, didn't come out came out on the short end in a couple of games, and then, goes and beats Acadiana last week. So, it just lets you know. Anytime you talk about Carencro, Catholic, and Acadiana, everybody in the state of Louisiana knows how good all those teams are.
Yeah.
So, it's a flip of the coin about whether they were going to win or lose them anyway, just by the scores.
Yeah.
Simply the scores of the games.
Yeah, within one score on every game.
Well, most of it's about a couple points, And, So everybody's familiar with them. So there's no guessing about how good this team is or how, and don't know anything about them. Well, we know a lot about them. Everybody knows a lot about them. Everybody knows a lot about who they've played as well. So I think that, our players, when you talk to our players, they understand, they know Acadiana, they know Karen Crow, they know St. Thomas More because we played them. And, I think the thing that we have to do is worry about us and go back to worrying about us and not whether we got to take a trip or who we're playing or anything else. We got to take care of our own self. And, I think that's a big emphasis this year for our football team, period. And, and that's why I said what I said after we got beat. When you came back home, we had to, there's two things that can happen. One, we can fight our way out of it, or two, we can go curl up in the corner and hide. But I think I know our football team good enough to know that we're going to come out of the corner fighting, and, we'll let the chips fall where they may. During the course of the ball game, the thing I see out of our team is we're getting healthier. I think that's going to be a big plus for us.
Yeah.
Just consistency and continuity and those things. I think that's where that helps. Just because those guys have, been able to play together. At some point in time. And to me, going down there, it'll be a great atmosphere, which every team should want to play in.
Yeah.
I mean, every team should want to play in it. And not only there, but at home as well, when we play in front of our home crowd. And who knows, we're going to have to go on the road somewhere along the way in the playoffs, if we're fortunate enough to be able to get in them and play on the road. So, I mean, that's all this is right now is just, preparation for that and, how we need to travel and what we need to do and how we need to take care of our business. And it's about how we take care of our business is the real deal on this trip, and we'll see how it all comes out.
The fourth straight week you faced a D1 commit at quarterback.
We pick them, didn't we?
Yeah, I mean,
who made that schedule?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Who that was.
That guy lost his mind.
Yeah, that's right. Coach McCarty retired, so maybe we can blame it on him.
I can't blame it on him either.
but Cole Bergeron comes in. And I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it was it VTech or somebody.
Virginia Tech. Yeah, it is.
And
so.
you got a guy down there, and it seems that they've been growing quarterbacks.
Well, they've grown them for a long time there.
Yeah,
they've grown them for a long time. They've had them all throughout the years, and of course we didn't play them, in a couple of years there. But then we had Jamie Howard before that, and then we were able, then we got them back on the schedule now, and they got Bergeron, and so it's. It never ends.
Yeah.
But again, yes, we do. We've got our fourth straight week of a really outstanding quarterback, and he makes their team go.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said earlier, he gets the ball out of his hand on time. He knows where he's going with the ball. He understands what you're trying to do to him defensively. So I think that's the big challenge, whether we can do a good job on, the route combinations so that we can make him throw a ball to us or make him throw a bad ball. Which he doesn't throw many.
No, he doesn't.
He does a really good job of throwing it on time, and he throws it in tight windows. And, he's a really, really special quarterback, in that sense now. And they will run him. So they're not afraid to run him, and that's the other part of it. Anytime you get that guy, that's an extra guy that you can't account for, that you got to be able to account for in the running game. So, we got our hands full.
You got your hands full.
Yep.
Defense always flies to the football. There are a lot of stay-at-home guys. I mean, they play the position.
Look, I visited with Coach Tidwell over the course of my whole career coaching, and they do such a fantastic job. Visited with him many times, and he just continues to do it and just keeps his kids going, and they just keep doing it, and they're really good at it. And so, we got to see if we can get some mismatches. I don't know if we can find one or two, hopefully we can, and try to make the most out of it.
Well, Coach, as we wrap up here, a couple of tidbits down there from you can follow, if you're following not only the home of Neville Tiger football, but also the Neville Tiger Network. It's clear bag policy for all the fans going down. There's online ticketing. There's a link that we've posted on social media that you can buy the tickets on your way down there or pre-deal
or now.
Right now. Go ahead and do it. We want to see those stands full as the Tigers travel to Lafayette. And right now, as far as anything else, we know we can be on the radio. Don't know anything else. So
that's right.
The only way to guarantee that you can watch that game
is to
watch it live.
Be there.
And you need to be there.
That's right.
And be loud, because I can promise you that the home crowd there at St. Thomas More will. Coach, good luck this Friday night, and we're looking forward to it.
You're getting a good look at the player of the week real quick there as well.
That's right.
Our special teams with Brian Albernia, Jaden Reed was on defense, and Jarvis Blackston, our little running back, was on offense. So we're very proud of those young men, and thank Origin Bank for all they do for the Tigers.
Thanks for doing my job for me. I appreciate that, because that slipped off.
That's okay. That's okay.
All right. Well, look, everybody, thank everybody that came out tonight. Once again, thank all the players that we had with us, as well as Coach Wise and Coach Collins, Will Anders, and Justin there back in the Sunday 98 studios. I'm Stewart Shelby saying good night here live from Melvin's. This has been Tiger Talk. Thanks for watching.